My Gavanen Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galagerth, and head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. And welcome back to Divide and Conquer as we continue on as canned, as we push back against the Haradrim taint in the south. The Harad Waith is where we are. We are pursuing Mordor now. Kemik marches on Saragost. We're going to hit them unawares. We shall shortly retake Chelkar. We won't bother attacking, we'll wait till they try and rise up, and then we can hopefully crush the two armies that are here and here to support. Port Arkish stands ready and is training some forces to protect itself, so that's okay. Unfortunately, we are almost certainly going to lose Finabel. I'm not entirely certain. We might hold it, but I'm not feeling confident. But an army is coming from Krukmahur with some of our finest forces. But for the moment, we are at an end turn. And this allows me to speak of something I posted today in the community tab, but I thought I'd also reach out to you all through the medium of speech, as that is something I have available to me. And that is quite simply that the Heroes of Might and Magic 5 videos, I appreciate there is a small following, and as before, obviously I've got all of June off. I fully intend to complete them, but they will just be taken out of the rotation. So I will complete the current Inferno campaign in time, but it will not be any time soon, unless you count 4 weeks away being soon. So what I am doing is about to attack Captain Rongu first of all, but he doesn't have any archers and our entire army is made of cavalry, so this should be a nice, simple victory, he says.
Swiftly or slowly.
So what I am doing is reaching out to you all again and suggesting and asking that you give suggestions as to what you would like to see. Now I will go back and read through the comments on the channel update video, because obviously Skyrim was suggested as something new for the channel. But now I need something new again. Or not necessarily new, but just a different sort of series, if you will. I like to do 4 videos a week. It keeps me engaged, keeps you engaged. It's about a nice happy medium. I think if you do too many videos a week, people quickly get bored of you. And unless you've got a huge following, and so you've got people that are watching you in alternate days and still managing to make considerable numbers in terms of viewership, then too many videos a week is only harmful to your channel. So I try and keep it to about 4. But Divide and Conquer, of course, is taking up 2 videos each week, which I'm happy with. That was much part of the point. I was getting a little burnt out with Divide and Conquer, so we wanted to only drop those to 2. And then Skyrim has taken another place, and again, I wouldn't want to make Skyrim twice. So as some people in the community post, I did just ask, what video would you like to see in the 4th spot when I am not doing a developer diary? And a lot of people did say, just do Skyrim twice. But I think if I were to do Skyrim twice again, people may become fatigued with it. Certainly I may become fatigued with it. And I think it's good being just a 45-minute burst each week. I quite like that. Again, I think it is a happy medium. So I'm looking for something else. Now, I had suggested Dawn of War Soulstorm's campaign and actually seeing it through this time, just doing better, being better. Alternatively, I'd also suggested maybe returning to Warhammer Fantasy, because last time I went there, I didn't really finish it, and we were left in the lurch, really, with a half-finished campaign. I also would happily play Warhammer Gladius, the Civ clone that's set in the Warhammer 40k universe. A couple of games of that, maybe. Or indeed a game of Endless Legend or something along those lines. But do note, those were only suggestions. You can suggest whatever you want. Now, this won't be a series in as much as it will run for months and months and months. It won't be anything like that at all. It will run intermittently on and off. It was just filling a 4th spot, which is why something like Warhammer 40k would be good, because the campaign is really just a line of battles, one after the other, and that's quite good. I quite like that. So each episode is essentially just an RTS battle. I think that's quite good. But anyway, I'm eager to hear your thoughts. Now, when I can, which will be in June, there will be a developer diary, because quite a lot has now gone on behind the scenes in DaC, and I will also do a ton of modding when I'm back from Sicilia. So I am hoping to do a developer diary then to wrap it all into one sort of episode. What I've done once, and I hope to do again, I've got a few saved, but I hope to do again, is some of the beta testers have been playing multiplayer with me to show off some of the new units and new designs in version whatever is next. So some of the DaC developer diaries may take the form of multiplayer battles. So the 4th spot will always be fairly sort of DaC related, but when there's no DaC video, that's what I am looking for. So do suggest what you would like to see me play. Now, the other thing is something I've talked about a great deal, but it is finally going to happen. I've drafted a little calendar of release schedule calendar, if you will, for the time while I'm away on holiday, and then for the month of June in its entirety. And that is the first of these new lore casts. Now, I'm going to go with the term lorecast because I don't like the word podcast, because A, I'm not actually going to be using iTunes, I don't think, so they won't be iPod related, and B, I've always thought podcast did actually mean, it was only when I said that I thought podcast meant a group of people talking, that people told me it was actually because it's from Apple. But in any event, it won't be a group of people, and it won't be on Apple, so we're going to go with lorecast. Now, the only significant difference to these lorecasts, in now all the research that I've done, is that they are going to be available to download. I'm not going to spread them out on a lot of different podcast websites, and it's not going to be a full-on thoroughbred podcast in that regard. Now, I may look into choosing a single website that you could then probably follow me on, so you would be notified when it releases, but most likely almost all of you are going to be coming from YouTube, so you will just simply see that the Lorecast video has been posted on YouTube, and you will then go and download it through your chosen medium. And I will most likely post the actual raw file in Patreon posts, because I've already got Patreon set up, and you don't need to be a patron of a Patreon in order to see the posts, unless I dictate that that should be so, but I'm not going to do that. So I will most likely just release them on Patreon through various posts, which is also a not so subtle hint that Patreon exists, and so people will be sent over there to find them. And if you wish to pledge, of course, you can. Speaking of Patreon, I did also recently update it today to include a couple of tiers and a few actual bonuses to pledging. I've had Patreon now for a couple of years, I think, and never had any bonuses of any kind. But now there's actual purposes behind the pledging. So if you have pledged in the past, you may find it actually has some sort of bonus. It is only a minor bonus, certainly at the lower tier. There's only 2 tiers. But it is something that can now be done. Charging head-on into the Browning Guard. Oh no, we're charging side-on, and they're letting us get away with it.
For the moment, the fickle smile of fortune shines upon us. Pray this is a portent of a victory.
Pull over here. Stop single-clicking.
Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
How many have we got routing? Quite a few. How many have we actually lost? 3%. Those Orc Maulers, they look like they're in for the long haul.
Behold our worth. Our enemy flees before us like a hare.
Yes! Yes! A glorious victory! Now, in the interest of just explaining it at least once,
the enemy must curse the day they were born.
The little bonuses on... I'm not interested in who killed the most, probably archers, but the little bonuses in terms of Patreon are as follows. If you join the channel through YouTube's means, which is not available in every country, and it's not available on mobile as far as I know, but you will... If you're on desktop and you're in a right country, you can join a channel, which is a step above subscription, and you pay, I think it's $4.99 a month, transferred to whatever currency you're using, and that is the same as the first tier of Patreon, and which is also $5, and that gets you the rank of Banner Knight in the Discord. It also gives you access to a unique text channel in the Discord, which is just dedicated to me and those who have pledged. And by that I mean no one else can see the posts. Not that it's dedicated to me, it's not a little shrine of me where we will come and talk about me. I just mean you would have direct access to me if you have any questions or anything like that. And then finally the second tier on which is now only on Patreon, and is available if you wish to have it, is the more recognition-based system. What does Peshin actually have? Oh, nothing really. And that is, I think I put it at $15 if memory serves, because there were only the 2 tiers. And that gives you a higher rank of Banner Marshal, very cool name. And it also gives you the same access to the Swan Chamber, which is a unique text hall. And finally, it also would give you one or two times I would certainly express my gratitude verbally in a video to you, which a lot of people do quite like having shout-outs. I can understand why. I always get a little bit of a giggle when I watch other videos and they say my name. But So you get a little shout out, and I would also then edit the DaC videos, which would be these Let's Plays, so twice a week, with a list of those who have supported in the higher tier. Again, they are minor little bonuses, but they're just a little incentive and just rewarding, just giving something that I can back. Because obviously it has to be something I can actually give, and that's kind of the best compromise I've got. So just a little something to say thank you for pledging and supporting, really. You get a little bit of recognition in our Discord, which is, I think, about 5,000 strong now, so we're doing quite well there. And, of course, it also gives you direct access, as I say. And then there's certain goals on Patreon as well, and once those are reached, there's certain landmarks that will be made at that point also. So there we are, a little update to Patreon, a little update to the fact that the Lorecast is coming within the next few weeks. It is going to primarily be on YouTube, but you will then have a link to a raw downloadable file if you wish to play it. I will probably look into one podcast-related website so that I'm not then in like 4 different places. And then that will be that in terms of the Lorecast. And as I say, I am going for the term Lorecast because it is going to be purely based on lore. I'll talk about this obviously more in the actual introduction, but in other podcasts that I certainly have listened to, and I indeed listen to, they often talk about things a little bit. They talk about, certainly if it's Tolkien based, some of the reasoning behind certain decisions, and that is something that I hope to actually steer clear of. It will be a raw, lore-based podcast. Little in terms of opinion, little in terms of side comments, if you will. There will be some, of course, but generally speaking, it will just be about the actual points of lore. I'm not sure I've utilised my army in the best way here. In fact, I'm almost certain that I haven't.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
Especially because I didn't shield my archers, who are now getting charged by Saffron lancers. Right, those of you that are cavalry in amongst this rabble, pull yourselves out. Let the melee forces hit them. You're in completely the wrong place. Run yourselves over there. You come up to the top of the hill. Right, you guys hit those Adrian lancers. Nomad horsemen, you take their place. Got a unit of cavalry out the back of here. I know they're there. And again, they've not double charged. You charge into them. You go down and hit them too. Ah, don't charge the Black Snake Guard. They're getting shot. They're just running around to their deaths. Thank you, Peshtin. You're making my job markedly easier. We are going to lose a few there. Oh no, we only lost 10%. Let's get the general and those archers. Oh, turn around, turn around. Get yourselves up on the hill there. Another video which would of course take the place of this, whatever this fabled 4th spot is going to be, would at certain times of course be a top 10 as well. I will continue doing those. I enjoyed those. It's just they take a lot of time obviously, but I will definitely get one out, I should imagine, in June with my, as I've already mentioned many times, entire month off. Annoyingly, they're not going to run away until those pikemen are disabled. Ah, they're fighting and broken to the death. Perfect.
We have cut off the serpent's head. The enemy general is slain.
And the enemy general is dead. And the pikes are dead. We lost quite a few though.
Let us drink of the most rare and glorious fruit.
I tell you what we should have done is we should have just gone on one side entirely. They had to attack us. Splitting the army like that just made no real sense whatsoever. We could have just built a line of our forces. The cavalry would have got very little in the way of charging. And our archers would have got quite a few shots off before the enemy met us. And then use the cavalry to flank, but it doesn't matter really. This is only a reinforcing army. Its mission here is complete. We can move on. We need to support the centre, really. Not too worried about the north at the moment, so we need to get troops to Port Arkish. Oh, we could have just said no to that, and then we would have had a normal defensive battle. Well, I feel foolish.
How may I serve?
You're going to there.
Yes. Your enemies shall fall swift.
Tam Ruben's got 3 more turns of sitting us out, annoyingly. We don't really want him to have that. And they didn't attack us.
I will not waste words on you.
That's frustrating. That's only got 5 turns left. I bet they're putting just more troops down.
Yes.
And what's in there? Oh, now they've got pikemen as well. I'm not sure those 2 generals on their own are going to take that army out. But we'll besiege it. We might as well give it a whirl. We've got an abundance of generals at the moment.
Outside their walls.
We don't need them all.
Has the time come to strike?
Ah, the army is readying. And the army trains really quickly. Goodness. More units already available. They should line up quite nicely with the arrival of Yiltig. So if Yiltig, if you get rid of your marauders... Oh, I can't because you have just besieged. Oh, I wish I thought things through.
Yes. By your will.
Hello, Mordor.
None of them shall escape us.
You want what I possess, and I am loath to give it up to you. Alright. Oh, the defense of Arkish is actually quite sizable now. Shakawiya. Shakawiya. I don't know the way you pronounce that. Anyway, end the turn. So there we are. Little channel update for you. I look forward to reading your comments either on the community post or indeed on this episode if you wish to post them here about what you would like to see every now and then. I should also mention that the Age of Empires videos will almost certainly remain live streaming. I quite enjoyed live streaming Age of Empires, and I will probably keep finagling in the world of Age of Empires through live streaming it. I'm hoping to do one this Saturday, actually. So consider this prior warning that tomorrow afternoon... well, yeah, I suppose wherever you are. Saturday afternoon, British summertime, which is GMT +1. I hope to do an Age of Empires live stream again. Probably diplomacy again with a few people.
The foe seems to be winning the battle.
The foe is not going to win the battle. We will once again hound them with our hordes of cavalry archers. And then charge into them. Right, so let's get the cavalry out the back straight away. Move you guys around the side because they're going to want the general mostly. Don't be on defensive mode. In fact, no one be on defensive mode. And fire at will. Which one is their archers? Those ones there. Those are the ones we're going to want to shut down. Get the cavalry round. Now we will actually just shut the archers down because they are going to be a pain. And we will let you guys run away. Did you kill even a single one? Oh yeah, you killed about 20. Pull yourselves out. Send in the nomad. Oh, wonderful. You killed about half. Pull yourselves out. Next. They really are down. While our archers are just rattling off kills on the orc hosts. Right, you guys just finish those off.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Turn and face, turn and charge. Pull yourselves out. Generals. Move yourselves a bit closer.
For the moment, the fickle smile of fortune shines upon us. Pray, this is a portent of a victory.
It almost certainly is a portent of victory. Right, get the cavalry back. You guys over there, come and charge that host. You fellows charge that host. One of these must be their general. Why is he not dead yet? Right, all of you, come out of that and just charge them. You do the same thing. How many have we lost? 5%. There we are. We've surrounded the one that I think is the general. Yes, it's over. There's one unit left alive over here somewhere.
The enemy must curse the day they were born.
27. We killed 1,066.
Most wondrous triumph.
Oh, we killed 1066. The foundation of England as we know it. I know what you're asking yourselves. And yes, that is Denethor, burning alive. Although there seems to be a hand at the bottom of the screen. Or is that wood? No, it's wood. It just happens to look like a large hand with nails. I should imagine they've already got Faramir off at this point. Mordor. Mordor must be cowering in their boots knowing that I am pressing into their heartland. Ah, now here we go. This is where we have to test our skill, truly. We are outnumbered almost 10 to 1. But we fire arrows and they don't. We've only got 2 units, which makes the micro a lot easier to control. We just need to kill the general, really. And they're coming out of the town, so we've got a little bit of time where we're shooting all of them in one big blob. And let's not forget that our bodyguard units are phenomenal archers.
For the moment, pray we can seduce fortune back to our side.
Right, just keep running. Keep running. You can't be slower than the camels, surely not. We've already killed 6%. We are much slower than the bodyguard. Please tell me you're shooting the bodyguard. Yes, I've seen one fall. Keep it up, lads. Right, despite every single pulse and impulse within me telling me that I should speed this up to ×6, I will not. Good little turn. Good little turn. The camels are quite a way away. Why are you not shooting? They're literally right behind you. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. They're at least raining hell down upon them. Even if you aren't. I'm not sure why they're not, but they're not. Just a quick smash. Oh no, they're winning. They're winning, but you outnumbered them 2 to 1.
Only half our force remains.
Oh, you morons. I thought that would be a guaranteed kill. We got them down to about 20 people. But he is still not shooting. Shoot back. No, he is now. Another one fell. It's the camels that are the real threat. We can definitely charge the other guys to death. But we can't really charge the camels to death. And that was folly. That was such folly. We're going to regret that decision. But every time we keep them running, another one drops. It's only 8 now. Who are you shooting now? Oh, don't waste it on the camels. Bring down these Black Snake Guard. We are aided by their poor pathfinding at the moment. They're literally right behind you. Why are you shooting the camels? No, did 5 of you just die? Oh god, this is definitely over because I'm dealing with morons. Who either refuse to shoot or are just shooting at nothing. We lost 65% of our army, then we lost 20%. We're never going to kill 63 camel riders now. No, in fact, we know that this is over. I mean, or you could withdraw. I mean, or feel free to actually withdraw. Stupid moron.
Death and defeat have come to sup at our table.
Oh, why am I so rubbish at this game sometimes? I was adamant. We outnumbered them. Or we had the same men. We got a secondary charge. How did we not kill the snake guard? Instead, they massacred us. Took down to half our number. They're already faster than us, which is a pain in the ass. And there's 63 bloody camels following behind. Now, granted, these are two generals I don't really care about, but it would have been very useful to have taken An-Karagmir from Harad and denied them its riches.
We will redeem ourselves. Regroup.
I tell you what we could do, knowing that Finabel is essentially lost to us, is send him south as well.
Our enemies will suffer. Yes, noble master.
And the three combined should be able to give them a runaround long enough to take the town.
Bringing the troops together.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. You retrain anything yet? No. You could move out and hit them, and I won't bother. That's only got 2 turns now.
How may I serve?
You guys keep pressing through to Portakish. How long do you take to recruit? 1 turn. So we've only got 2 more turns until that army is ready, which is the same amount of time till Chelkar falls. So it'll all line up quite nicely.
Our enemies will suffer.
And we've arrived at Saragost, where there is a single All-Coast battalion.
I am eager to take the walls now. Yes.
Right, you fought. I know, I should have had you moving a long time ago. That was silly. You're going to go forward and be the garrison. So that loses a bit of money, but it'll be alright. We've got a lot of potential forces that we can get in there once we're done. I'm queuing up buildings I can't even build. Such a silly idea. The army that besieges Finabel has now gained a general and a few more troops. We just don't have the numbers, although, I mean, look at how small this is. I was really counting on them attacking the city so that we get the towers to our benefit, but I think they are going to siege us out. It's very disappointing. We'll definitely take An-Karagmir in our return, though, and at least both of our generals made it out alive, even if one of them was the only man of his battalion to survive. But I can't hold that against him, really. That's my poor strategic planning. But there we are. I do hope you all enjoyed yesterday's Skyrim episode. I must confess I thoroughly enjoyed it, and courtesy of a user out in the big wide world, I will soon have something very awesome to show you all in the Skyrim world. I'm really looking forward to showing it off and just obtaining it. It looks so good. But that will come later. Captain Jagadai Akil. We will fight it then. Go on. To end the episode, the defense of Finabel. Do we hold the towers and the walls in the hope that the archers will bring down most of the enemy for us? Or do we pull back to the square where they only come from one direction and they don't push through like madmen? Oh no, I think we should hold the walls because they're nice, thick, chunky walls. And they've only got 1 siege tower and 1 ladder. So, for now, just put everyone down over there. Welcome to the capital city of Harad, Finabel. On the banks of the Harnan River, we make our stand. Right, we've got 2 units of cavalry. So, no, that's way too far for them to run. You're going to go out the front, and then you're going to run really quickly to the left. There we are, stand there. Don't shoot yet. Right, on the walls. I think it probably is best. Oh, have they got any cavalry? Yes! Yes. I've just noticed. One thing is definitely going to happen today, then. Their general is going to die. Unless we get super unlucky and he runs through. And he walks through, sorry. I don't want to risk losing our own cavalry, so we will send them out around the side. And we'll just charge them round. Oh, come on, cavalry. Thank you. Right, there we are. Right, now we'll go over to this side. We've got so few units. There's no point going up on the walls, actually. We've got 47 archers there. They'll just get killed up on the wall, won't they? Tell you what, for now, just put everybody over here. except for our general, who we will put in the square. And maybe that'll be enough to stop them from thinking they can just charge through to the square. Oh, we've caught it on a lightning blast. Perfect. Right, archers. They outnumber us so much. This is definitely not going to be a win. I don't care how good our ranged options here are. This is simply not going to be a win. No one's running away, are they? No. Right. So you guys form a line there. 6 of you. 3 of those. We have got 32 of them ready to do solid damage. And if we pop those ones on that side, they might at least get a bit of a charge in the back of the enemy. Get both of those out. Alright, they're out and about. U40 cavalry are a huge part of this. Oh, and I forgot we get actual baluster towers too. If you could use them on the siege tower, that would be really handy.
The enemy have ladders at the walls. Repel the invaders. Send them
cavalry
back whence they came.
I'm not bothered if they break down the gate, to be honest. We might get a chance of killing their general. Go on, destroy that siege tower.
Siege tower has reached our walls. Hold back.
Oh no, the general's coming for up. No, I wasn't paying attention again. I think the siege tower might go. Come on. Oh no.
Shines on our disgrace.
Oh, they're climbing down it.
We will taste ashes instead of victory.
I wasn't paying attention again, was I? I've just left my hand. So my cavalry's dead. 30% of them have died as well. And they've even got... Is that... No, that was our units routing. No, ignore that. I'm just so bad at this game. I was so dedicated to watching what was happening to the siege tower that I just ignored the fact that I'd sent my cavalry in to die, and that's exactly what they did. Oh, but something's gone wrong with their gate.
The enemy's tricks have
oh, yes!
Nothing.
Yes!
The tower is destroyed.
Not only is it destroyed, but it just took almost an entire battalion with it. Oh, yes, sieges are so much better now that we made the towers stronger. You actually have to think about what you're doing. And don't forget, we've got dwarves on the other side of these walls. These are not lowly Khandish men you're fighting here, Harad.
Drive them back. The enemy's ram has breached our gates.
Their generals died to an arrow fire from the towers. Oh, the rest of his battalion just suicides themselves on the stakes. Rush him. What are we on? 56% of the enemy has died. We've got... Those trollmen hunters are the real problem. We can shoot them. Can you get your bolts in there?
Enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
I don't care how you do it. Just bring down those trollmen hunters. I'm not bothered about the spearmen on the wall either. As soon as you've run out of arrows, we're charging you in. Oh, no, you're doing nothing against them, so shoot them again then. In fact, let's move you over here. Likewise, let's move you there. You 8, charge yourselves in. You 3, charge yourselves in. The spearmen are routing. The whole army's routing.
The battle appears. Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
Damn right we are. Yes! The trollmen are wavering. The spearmen are fleeing. And victory is crossing the horizon.
Our enemy flees.
Yes!
This is a most lasting victory.
even though I am a useless commander.
Our foes in sand.
Our nomad horsemen killed more than anyone else, despite then being sent to their graves. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm so pleased. Now we must rush troops to Finabel. We cannot let that victory be lost and wasted. Port Arkish can fall. That's not a problem. An army is within 3 turns from Port Arkish. But Finabel has no reinforcements, so the entire garrison of the port is moving west. That is what we must do. Keep them alive. Oh, where's that army come from? Bugger all. No one cares about your pathetic raids into your old lands. Accept your defeat and cow down like the scum that you are. Right, who shall we have leading the army back to Finabel? I think we should send Palando. Oh, we should probably send them both, to be honest, because we are going to leave virtually no one here to hold this.
Yes. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Get yourselves down to there.
We move at first light.
How much do you dislike us? Oh, quite a lot. Try and get that building built. Arkish, if you can, chuck a few more units in there. You've got more troops coming in only 2 days. The Chelkar army is coming in barely a turn. Oh, we're losing money. You're never going to get trained down then. Krok Mahur needs to have a garrison maintained. What are we training? 2 units of archers and a nomad axeman. Yeah, go on then. We'll send the rest out already.
We move. The sun sets on today's journey. How may I
Keep yourselves going.
as you will?
If you can get to Saragost in time, actually. 5 turns it's got.
Our enemies will suffer.
We might as well build a ram in readiness
Order.
in case they do arrive.
We march.
Oh, an alliance has been announced. Lyndon and the Dunedain. It's not really a surprise, is it? The reinforcements will come for Chelkar, but they will then die. The full army will then head down to Arkish, cross the river and take Esthala. Palando and Orash will hold Finabel.
Tomorrow's journey awaits. Yes.
And
Lord.
Togrul
We close
will return to
for-
Ankaragmir and show them the error of their ways. But for now, that'll be all. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Neden Perabad Melunin, and farewell.